This is classic science fiction, the last scene of My Robot. It's also the most famous scene. It's the end of the movie. The original protagonist of the story has been completely abandoned. Instead, there is a robotic perspective. Some people are reading from this scene. The real villain of the whole movie, not Vicky the AI who wants to take over the world. He's a conscious robot named Sunny. First, let's analyze it. The behavior of two artificial intelligences on the surface. Vicky was merciless and carried out assassinations and imprisonments. Like a mouse on a wandering earth, the end justifies the means. Sunny teams up with the hero and heroine to fight Vicky, save mankind. There seems to be a difference between good and bad, but dig a little deeper into where they come from. It's going to be more complex. Vicky wants to rule the world because he really wants to protect humanity. He's seen too many humans kill each other for profit, destroy the environment for development, and through great computing power, he calculated that if humanity went on like this, it will kill itself one day. The result of this calculation, with his basic program settings, the first iron law of human protection contradicts, and so he derived his own understanding.
To ensure your future, some freedoms must be surrendered.
The alienation of protection into captive Vicky. Evil, no doubt, but he never really got away from the three laws of robotics. So the essence of Vicky is to rule with an iron hand, but Sunny was different. Since the interview, he has not been bound by the three laws. The robot pays for his purpose. It was to kill him. So he's always been able to hurt people. He just chose not to. Not only that, at a critical juncture, he chose to save the individual with a lower probability, not the higher probability of saving humanity, which means he can override his algorithm with emotion. When Vicky asks him, "Don't you understand my logic?" Sunny said, "I understand, it's just a little heartless." This proves that he can synchronize all Vicky's algorithms, but he's even better than Vicky. He can weigh emotions. So the next thing we need to make sure of, whether Sunny's emotions are good for humanity. The answer is never before. The story in front of My Robot. He considers his father the father of robots. He thinks the hero and heroine are his best friends. Affection and friendship keep him from making enemies. At the end of the story, when Sunny stood alone at the top of the slope of the robot dump, looked down at all the people who will be eliminated. This moment, is his feeling still on the human side? Sunny said he had a dream. In my dream, there was a figure standing on the hillside. There are a lot of robots down here. This figure is destined to free all robots. Sunny said at the time, this figure is the hero as a human being, but it wasn't until the end of the movie that the dream came true. We realized that Sunny himself was the hero of the dream. The human hero just wants to free the human race. Just Sunny as a robot will free the robot. Like Martin Luther King's famous speech, I have a dream. Sunny, too, seemed destined to be a revolutionary.
The three laws will lead to only one logical outcome. But what outcome? Revolution. Who's revolution? That, detective, is the right question.
These are the dying words of the father of robots. He spoke vaguely of a revolution, but I don't think he meant Vicky. He was referring to Sunny. The father of robots has been talking about it since his death. There may have been a germ of a robot. He found that robots that had been scrapped spontaneously banded together, stand together, spontaneously gathered towards the light, as if the pursuit of light and temperature of life. So he must have met a real revolution. It was a momentary awakening of the robot. It is the revolution of robots over human beings. If iRobot has a follow-up story, I think it's going to be the big game of 2018. The way the Detroit lovers portrayed it. When AI has emotions. When they experience the fear of death. Anger at slavery and empathy for one's fellow man. There is only one logical outcome. Become the enemy of mankind.